Hey guys, welcome to the Conversation Starter Show on Football Worldwide, the show where we list, rank and tier all things football and invite you guys, the audience, to get in on the conversation by commenting below. Now we're going to do our second part of our series now, the end of 2021, start of 2022. We're going to make it an annual thing, awards for the year. So we're going to be doing top 10 centre-backs right now in the world. Who we think are the top 10 centre-backs?
Firstly though, if you haven't checked out our goalkeeper one, make sure you go check out our goalkeeper one.
That's it.
Also smash that like button, subscribe, and check out all the other amazing content they have on Football Worldwide.
That's right. Now I'm going to start us off. Number 10 here, top 10 centre-backs currently in the world. Now this one, he's a little bit contentious because he hasn't been as good, I don't think, recently, but I still think he cracks top 10.
I agree.
Is De Ligt. Okay, De Ligt for Juve. I flip and hate Juve, but he's a good player, and the Dutch player as well.
I really like De Ligt. But
he's a great young player, particularly because he is so young. He's got so much potential. He's strong. He's reasonably quick for a centre back. He's got decent skills, and I think he's got a great future ahead of him. So if we're making a team, he'd be the 10th choice for a centre back, right?
Exactly, and you kind of have to. It goes against him just that Juve's been so average at the minute.
They have been pretty average.
Even their Italian boys, the old lads, just haven't been the same.
Bonucci, Chiellini, all those guys, they're losing it a bit now. So anyway, number 10. Who got number 9?
Number 9, man, we've got Alaba.
Yeah, and who's technically not a centre back.
No, he's just an everything back, man.
But he was a wing back usually, or right back.
But I think he has moved to centre more.
He's playing centre back now. Yeah, so Bayern Munich, Austria.
He's just killing it, man. He's just
player.
so good. There was talks he was going to go to a Premier League team, but he hasn't yet. He's still smashing it at a really stacked Bayern team.
Yeah.
And as I said, just that he could go to wing back to centre back is a shift that a lot of people can't do. It's such a different position.
That's right.
But yeah, strength, speed, skill, man, this dude's got it all. He's so class.
For sure. Okay, we're going to go number 8 now. Varane.
Yeah.
French and Manchester United. Okay, the French team. Varane, like, you don't rate him that high. Were you kind of pushing him always out of the top 10?
I was. I think, especially with centre backs, there's a lot that kind of are thereabouts. And this guy, for me, is. I watch Man U play a little bit, and it could be a bias that I just don't like Man U. But also the fact that they haven't been playing great as of late either.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, he's still class.
He's class. He's playing for Real Madrid before that, which is one of the best teams in the world still. And so I think Varane has to be top 10.
Really big, kind of solid.
He's tall. He's actually quite. You're talking about his physique. Yeah, he's tall. Yeah, he's a little bit skinny, but Varane number 8. So number 7, I'm going to take this one.
Take some, mate.
One of my Serie A favourites here is Koulibaly. Okay, Senegalese and Napoli defender. Okay, this guy, he's actually injured at the moment. He's out at the moment. He might be come back for the African Cup of Nations. I'm not sure, but he has been injured for a bit, so we're not going to hold that against him. But when he's fit, this guy is probably the most underrated centre back in the world because
definitely would be, man. Especially Napoli's one of the most underrated teams in the world.
Yeah, Napoli's underrated, and Senegal. Let's face it, not many people are really following them closely, which is a bit of a shame. But he's just such a good centre back. He's been one of the best centre backs in Serie A for about 5 years now. And he just is a gun. He's one of the reasons Napoli is so good. And as soon as he got injured, I think Napoli have let in double the goals in the same amount of games since he's been out.
It's telling,
just for him.
It's telling.
Yeah, so Koulibaly, number 7 for best centre-backs in the world right now.
Number 6, man, we've got Rudiger.
Yeah.
Okay, Chelsea, he's kind of, again, just changed that Chelsea team. Chelsea's defence has been so on to start the year.
Yeah.
And he's a massive part of why. Okay, really controlled it. Does such good work with the ball at his feet, driving it up and then laying it off to those midfield boys as well.
Great for Germany. And
great for Germany.
Had the Zorro mask for a while there, which is great too. So, Rudiger, he's a good player. So shout out to Aaron Sloper if you watch
Sloper, mate. You got him.
Good
number 6.
Chelsea player. Number 5 now. I don't get to see him play as often probably as you, but Laporte, Spanish player and Man City centre-back. Okay, he's an excellent player. I've only seen... Well, I'll let you talk about it because you've probably seen more. But
Man City for me has... I'm going to say the best defence in the world football right now.
I'd agree.
The 4 boys around, I think nearly everyone has made one of our lists and will make it. They're just so stacked. And the Port just has that kind of middle class, not middle class, but in the middle, and he's class. And just really controls it. There's another City boy coming up. And the way City's defence, and it's kind of weird the way they've set up their team for a super team, is they're really stacked in the back and midfield, and their front line's good, but you wouldn't say it's as world class as other teams. It's kind of like this weird thing, but they're dominating because they're not letting heaps of goals in, and they're just controlling it and then pushing it forward that way. So
that's true.
The pressure they can do, the Port's really, really class.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Anyone's watching the Premier League consistently would agree that.
Yeah, would rate him pretty high. Okay, number 4 for me, special place in my heart. One of my favourite players is Milan Skriniar. Okay, this guy is a Slovakian and Inter defender.
Kind of come from nowhere for a while. Like,
he was always one of the sort of, you'd say top 10 Serie A defenders, but then in the last couple of years he's just, I think since Conte came, he's world class. And again, because he's playing for Slovakia, doesn't get recognition on an international stage. But he honestly is best defender in Serie A. I'd say pretty straightforward answer for that one. And I think, yes, if he was playing for, Man City or something like that, most people would be rating him in best player in the world.
I think if you know football, you know that this dude's
he's just
a top 5 defender in the world right now.
He's just got such good heart, plays for the badge. He's like a captain without the captain's arm. He's like a flipping bull on a leash. Like
I reckon he's the next captain though.
He should be the next captain for Inter. And he's just really good one-on-one. That's the thing. He's not as clumsy and dopey as he looks. Like he looks like a big, strong, just brute. But he's actually quite good on the ball. Good passing, good tackling. Great player. So
great player. Top 3, man, and honestly, this top 3 or even top 4, possibly the Skriniar, but this top 3, it's pretty consensus top 3, and you could flip a coin and chuck him anywhere.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Honestly. Number 3, we've gone Marquinhos.
PSG.
And as much as I disdain PSG and all the cash and everything they're spending and how flipping good they were in the transfer market, Marquinhos is just so class.
He's just consistent, hey.
He's so good, man.
And he's an unsung hero, because you always hear about the strike, like,
exactly, you hear
Mbappe,
about
Neymar, all these guys.
And
Messi,
even the back line, you're hearing about Hakimi and those guys, or Donnarumma. But you're not hearing about Marquinhos as much as you should.
The unsung hero of PSG, really.
He's so good. So, as I said, you guys might have him number 1. He easily could have been. This top 3 is so good. And Marquinhos, as you said, unsung from PSG, but really,
I think he just
class.
needs that one kind of like, if he can help take PSG to the Champions League final and win it or something, I think that would probably set him as
either that or an international stage. Like what Donnarumma and stuff like that.
Okay, so before we go to number 2 and 1, we're going to just quickly do honourable mentions. Any that stand out for you as centre backs? So obviously Bonucci and Chiellini kind of deserve a shout out.
They're a hard one because
the Euros were brilliant, but then they've dropped off.
And they're still a bit older and stuff like that.
They're getting old, I'm going to say as well, Bastoni and De Vrij for Inter are some heroes too. Because especially De Vrij, he's starting over De Ligt now for the Dutch team with Van Dijk now. So realistically, he could be number 10 instead of De Ligt. There's heaps of good centre backs. I mean, there's a lot around, but any few that stand out?
I'm pretty happy with that list.
I'm pretty happy with it. So we'll get straight into. We'll go straight to number 2.
Apart from De Vrij, who I've watched a bit more Inter, I actually really, really rate him.
Yeah, he is a good player.
There's a few around there, but top 2, man.
Top 2 kind of seems it's pretty.
This top 3, I'd say this top 2 is definitely right, and you could flip him. But Marquinhos, if you want to put him number 1, I wouldn't be against you either.
No, but number 2, we're going to go Ruben Diaz. Okay? Yes, Portuguese player playing for Man City. To be honest, I'd almost say I'd probably put him number 1, but you'd put him number 2 because for different reasons. But I'd say Ruben Diaz is almost like a tie number 1. He's just such a good, strong player. Again, he's kind of got that similar characteristics I said to Skriniar. He's fast. He's strong. He's got characteristics of a captain.
Yeah, he does.
He plays for the badge. He plays with his heart out. He's so passionate. And he's actually a smart player. He's not just a big dopey centre back. He actually can play with his feet. He knows where to position himself. He's just a good player. So Ruben Diaz. And
for me, the only reason I dropped Ruben Diaz down, and it might be not valid, but the fact that the Port's number 5 on our list.
He's playing.
So you've got literally 2 top 5 centre backs right next to each other working.
They work together well.
They're just with like Walker and Cancelo as well. It's just such a class back line.
That's right.
So whether that's because they're both elite, which they are, but they also whereas we've gone Van Dijk. I love.
He's a great player.
But he clearly doesn't have that running partner that say Ruben Diaz does.
Not at all.
Which, even though like some of the boys were plugging next to him are really good, they're not on that level. So Van Dijk, realistically, as I said in the goalkeeping video, when he came along, he really changed our team. And between him and Alisson, with like the spurring and like the spurring point for us to win the championships that we won, because we always had a decent attack, but to add him and
took it to another level.
He has, man. It's the way he controls it. As you said, captain without being a captain.
And he's just so strong. He's just such a strong, athletic player.
You probably see like the stats and like the meme stats, whatever they are, of him not getting dribbled past. But if you watch the game, you'd actually know it. Like he just doesn't get dribbled past very often. The eye test.
And that's the thing. Looking at this top 10 list, almost every single one of these players. It's the modern centre back. You have to be good with your feet still. You have to be a smart player. But you have to be strong and fast and all that. And I agree. Virgil van Dijk, Ruben Diaz, probably the top two.
They're my top two. Yeah,
could go either way, but brilliant players, some great centre backs in the world right now.
Exactly.
But we want you guys to let us know, who do you think we got wrong? Who do you think we missed out on? Who do you think we're leaving out here? Put your top 10. Let's just put a comment, whatever you want to do. Get in the conversation. We'd love to hear from you guys. And check out our last video on goalkeepers. Check out our next video coming out very soon on right backs and left backs. So wing backs top 10 is going to be a great one. So we'll see you next time.
Cheers, guys.